Since Vance here again. One of the most embarrassing things that I have experienced while working as a scrub nurse to wear these scrubs. Yeah, most of the time this is the culprit, because you see here, you see it's a drawstring, and for some reason it always keeps falling off. I have to fold it this way. Because it's too long for me, and then for some reason it always falls off, gets undone on its own, so you have to keep like tying it up again. That's not even the worst of it. Sometimes you don't even get the right size, so I'm wearing the smallest size because I'm tiny, and even the smallest size is like too big for me. Sometimes we don't even have the right size scrubs, like there would be no small scrubs, and the smallest one you can find is an extra large, and you just have to deal with it. Especially when COVID happened, a lot of our third floor turned into like an ITU, and then a lot of staff had to come in from other hospitals to help us out and be part of the ITU staff. And the more ITU staff working, the more people need to wear the scrubs. It used to be you have to wear blue if you're within theaters, and then green when you go outside. Like if you're gonna go to the canteen. When COVID happened, there's like a shortage of scrubs, so it doesn't really matter anymore what you're wearing. If you're wearing green, it doesn't matter if you're wearing blue, as long as you're wearing scrubs. That's it. And until now, we're still on that. One time there was only medium scrubs. Isn't even that bad, it's just medium scrubs. It's like the next size up to my size, and we were doing a flexible cystoscopy patient. If you don't know what a flexible cystoscopy is, it's looking inside the bladder through the urethra, which is like your pee hole, the hole where you pee, and you put a tiny little camera. It's like about the size of a catheter, the tube, and then it goes inside, so then you can look inside the bladder for whatever is causing the symptoms. If you have any bleeding when you pee, you have to get that checked. Basically, there's this patient, fully awake on the operating table. Everything is out because obviously we have to look inside the bladder and stuff. And here I am, not knowing that my scrub trousers has come undone, and then it went over my feet, and I slipped on it, and then I was on the floor. And the embarrassing thing is that the patient, who's like, all exposed and everything, is the one who's concerned about me. The patient is the one who's like, "Are you okay?" It's so super embarrassing. When it's cold, I always wear leggings underneath my scrubs because it keeps me warm. It didn't only happen to me, this happens to a lot of people. Some people are scrubbed up, doing a case and everything, and then you just see trousers around their ankles because their scrub trousers is falling off. Basically, that's what happened to me. We were just cleaning and everything. My hands are dirty, so I couldn't catch it. But it just went falling right around my ankles. It's a good thing my band 6, a female band 6, who was there, and also it's a good thing I was wearing leggings, but still embarrassing. We use Diathermy a lot in theaters. Now we have smoke evacuator machines that go with it, so it's not as bad anymore. But a long time ago, we used to use the diathermy machine without the smoke evacuators. We just use suction sometimes to try and get rid of the smoke that comes out of it. Some surgeons prefer to use the diathermy machine in cutting, causes less bleeding. The entire time he's been using the diathermy, and there's a lot of smoke coming out. Even though you try to use the suction, there's still some smoke coming out, and it was irritating me, like irritating my throat, and I kept like having to. And my throat started to get really itchy, and I started to like keep coughing, like having a coughing fit, until it kind of triggered my throat to vomit. And then I was supposed to be wearing a mask, I was scrubbed up, you know, I'm all sterile, on a sterile field, and you know, I had a mask on like this, hat on and everything, you know, the whole shebang. And then I started to vomit into the mask, and I was like, please get some help. And there's like vomit all over my mask, and I'm like, I had to step away from my sterile field, and I don't want the vomit to start getting into the sterile field. And if I get my hands on sterile, I can give them the instruments, and then we're in the middle of surgery. I think there was a miscommunication. I think I didn't choose the right words. Instead of saying go and find someone, I said, please help me, I have vomit in my mask. But my circulator done was like, take out my mask. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted you to do, you know, because like now everyone can see my, you know, my face full of vomit when, like, you know, with the mask on. At least nobody can see. Anyway, it got sorted out in the end. Somebody else came to scrub and everything, and then, you know, I managed to compose myself. That's so embarrassing. And this is something that I remember most of all. I get so bored easily, so I tend to clean up around them whatever I can when they're not going to use it anymore. Like, for example, when they're already suturing the subcutaneous tissue, they're not going to be using the suction anymore by that point. So I'll start taking out the suction, putting it away, cleaning it, and then getting it ready for the next case. Same with the diathermy. When you do orthopedic surgery, you take x-rays like before you fix the fracture, and then while you're fixing it, and then like your finished product and everything. So this surgery was already done. All the x-rays has been done and everything. And this surgeon that I fancied was the one doing it. I was starting to clean, you know, around them, cleaning the section, and then I started to clean the diathermy. And then I unplugged the diathermy. Well, I thought it was a diathermy, and guess what? It wasn't the diathermy. It was the x-ray machine, where they haven't saved anything yet. So now I was so embarrassed. I was like sitting down because that's when I unplugged it, and then as soon as I realized, oh shoot, it is the wrong thing that I unplugged, and I was just like, I don't have a face to show. Like, I just kept sitting down, like away from everybody's sight, because I was so embarrassed. And I was like, well, they have to know though. So I said to the radiographer, please tell him that I accidentally unplugged the x-ray. So, like, you know, check the images, whatever images. But you know what? Good on this person though, because he didn't complain or anything. He just kept quiet, and he just took more x-rays, which I really appreciate that, because I felt so embarrassed already. And then at least, you know, well, if he did say something, I feel like I'm gonna feel even more embarrassed. I really appreciate that. I didn't have to go through that anymore. Seemed like there was some compassion, you know. Okay, she probably already feels so bad. No sense in making her feel worse about it. It's really nice. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'm an Enjoy without a name. Don't fall in love.